Hello again, and today on a special Luthier's Lair we're going to be outlining a big question I've been asked over a long time, and I think I have my own recipe for this, but it's to do with the sound that Mr. Mark King gets. Mark King, the bass player of Level 42, the famous jazz fusion funk later pop British band, how to get his sound irrespective of the bass you play. Now there's a caveat here: you can't get that high fidelity sound, and it depends what sound you're going for, but you can't really get that high fidelity sound without having a mid-range to upper range bass. You can approximate it though. But what I'm going to show you is I'm going to choose 4 or 5 basses, and I'm going to play them dry, same bass line, which will be Hot Water by Level 42. I'm going to play that bass line dry with one bass, and then I'm going to apply effects to it to try and approximate the sound, and then play the same line again. And that's one bass. And then I'll do the same for the next and the next and the next. And I will detail the effects loop that I use. And there's a pussycat. Sorry. Don't work with animals or children. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll take you through all the settings that I usually use for recording, and 4 or 5 basses. I will be using actually the Status bass, Series 1000, which isn't really a Rob Green bass. It's a Washburn, but they sound very similar. The Series 1, Series 2. Where they diverged was the Empathy, and then up from there to the King bass, they diverged radically from there. I'll also be using the JD Supernatural Classic Series 1 Mark King model, which John Diggins kindly built for me in 1999. So it's 20 years old now, that bass. Whoa, how time flies. And the sound I will be trying to approximate will be a cross between the Level 42 live at Wembley, a concert they played in 1986, and around about 2000-2001 when Mark was coming back with the first Status King bass that he had just after he released his album Trash, which was his first digital album that was available on the internet and stuff. I hope Mark watches this and critiques it, to give me a better idea anyway. But this is my take on this. This isn't Mark's or endorsed by Mark or endorsed by Level 42 or anything. This is just my take on it. So let's get to work. And next I'm going to be showing you the effects loop, which I'm pointing down because it's at my feet, of course. I may build effects into a bass, but I don't see the point in doing it. Looks far more cool standing on things on stage, stomping boxes and stuff on stage. It's much more cool instead of going and pressing buttons on a bass. So here we are then. This is the effects loop that I use for recording and performing bass guitar. On the right here we have the Boss RC20XL phrase recorder. It's a loop station, and I have 10 programmable phrase selections in there. I have a mic input, an instrument input, of course. This is where the bass goes. I can write anything to any track that I choose, and I choose the track from this knob here, and my guide, this is a guide, this is just a bass drum and a hi-hat. It goes psh, dum, 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 psh, dum, dum when it starts. And I can tap the tempo out that I like. I can reverse it, right and exit, auto start. I can set different modes on it, and of course the level here, adjusts, you know, the level of the actual output of the instrument, and also the guide. This is the master, so but this one I can take the guide down if I wish. I still have the LED. It's tapping out the tempo that I've chosen. Across to this beast here. This is like 16 years old, this effects pedal. This is a multi-effects station. It's a Digitech BP200. Digitechs used to get kind of a bad rap for being electronically noisy, but I've never had any problems with this one. Excuse me a minute. Oops, sorry. And by pressing my foot on the two pedals at once, I can bypass all effects. But this is the effect here that I approximate Mark King's sounds depending on what bass I play. The basses I'm making right now sound like a cross between Kibitzi X Factors and Status King basses, so I don't have a problem with it. I can play it dry, but you know, I like to put some effects on. If we tap this button here, you see the top there says fretless and wah off. Stick to the next one. The compressor is off. My amp modelling is off. Now I can choose between an Ashdown, Bassman, Solar, Stellar, British, which is like British is very like the Tracelia, Bomber, High Watt, G, Boogeyman, like a Mesa Boogie type amp. Got the basic amp, Digital Fuzz. There's a bunch of different ones, but I keep it off for this effect. The equalizer on this bass, middle and treble is set to 0, but I'll probably change that for the demo. Cabinets, I use a 4x10 cabinet simulator. Effects, I have chorus on it, quite a bit of chorus on, delay none, reverb like I'm playing in a club, that sort of size of venue. And the expression, you know, I don't like too much expression on it, so I just leave it set as default. It does have a built-in drum machine as well, so that's that. You can see everything's pretty much okay. The equalizer, I would usually, what I would do for a Mark King bass sound, go here. Equalizer, I put the bass up to probably about 4, the middle I'd take down to about -4, the treble I'd put to about 8 or 7, and then as you can see now I want to store that, so I'll go here and that's it stored. Now I have 80 banks on this, so I can do anything I like effects wise with this. It even has a built-in drum machine, which I don't use much. I always use the guide track on the loop pedal if I'm doing some multi-effects on the loops. So that's the effects banks. So what I'm going to be doing is just store that. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to play let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 different basses dry using the same bass line. Okay, and then I'm going to apply the effects on it and you'll see the difference. This is all to achieve the requested Mark King style sound, so I'll be using Mark King's style of slap and Mark King's style, well, just finger riffs as well, to show you how that happens. Okay, so that was quite thorough, I think. On to the next, and the first bass, which will be, well, let's set a bass line for this, pardon the pun. Let's make it the JD Supernatural Classic Series 1 Mark King model, the authentic sound of Mr. King. Okay, so we'll make that first. See you soon. First bass, the GD Supernatural Classic Series 1 Mark King model. Which is giving me pickup problems all of a sudden. Going to play Hot Water by Level 42, dry. Okay, so this is dry. Okay, so that's that dry. Still sound like Mr. King, of course, because it's a JD. But let's put some effects on it. And Mark did this at the 1986 Wembley concert. Some of the effects that I outlined in the first segment there. So let's hear Hot Water with the effects on. As you can hear, kind of markedly different. The tonal range is much more spread out. And you get that real punchy bottom end, and you get the JD always goes like it's about to throw up. It's great sound. That's the JD. So that's the Mark King 85, 86, 84, 85, 86 sound. Okay. Let's move on to now. Let's think. Okay, I'm going to play the Yamaha BB 3000S next. 1981 this bass was built in, and it's a favourite of mine, and it was one of the first active basses that Yamaha built. So that's coming up next. Hello again, and next, as promised, oh dear, wireless mic, might snag it, is the Yamaha BB 3000S. I have here. This was built in 1981. One of the first active basses that Yamaha built. So this bass is what? Nearly 40 years old now. Still sounds good. So again, hot water on this bass, dry, no effects. Okay, let's mute the mic. Okay, so that's it dry. Sorry, just got a notification and another one, another one. All the notifications are coming in the same time. Anyway, so let's do it with the effects that I showed you in the first segment, and let's see what that sounds like. I bet you it sounds a little bit more like Mr. Kingy Poos. Here we go. And again. So you can see, you know, even with this 40-year-old bass, you can make it sound kind of. This one's got a D tuner too, so I can go. The good thing about this bass is it has a hugely low action, hugely low. Lowly huge as well, but it's huge in the way that it's low and not low in the way it's huge. See? Yeah, I can razor blade down there. The neck is very true on this bass. I'm very happy to own this one. This is a beautiful piece of history. So, coming up next, let me think. What one will I pick next? I know. Let's pick the Musicman Stingray HH. Musicman Stingray HH. Let's do it. American built by guys who peeled off from Fender to make their own bass. And it is a slap machine, this bass. Love it. Everyone loves a Stingray. Let's do the Stingray next, okay? See ya. Bye. Well, not bye. I'll be back. Okay, back with Stingray. This is an HH Stingray. It's a double humbucker with pickup select. And I did neglect to mention, intentionally, the settings on the bass itself. They're all the same if you use this concoction of effects. And I'm going to outline that right at the end of the video, how to set up the bass. Whatever bass you use, double pickup, single pickup, even a Musicman single pickup, which is usually about here. So let's try hot water on the Musicman Stingray HH. Okay, the Stingray itself, sorry about that, acted Italian there. has a, sorry Tito by the way, has a very powerful preamp, so I had to turn the volume way down on the bass itself, which is letting you into little secrets that I'm going to show you at the end of the video. But whoa, Stingray sounds really good dry, doesn't it? Okay, let's do it with the effects, and you'll probably see the difference straight away. Okay, the effects on. Again, you hear the tonal range improve, the punch on the lower end improve, and the really sharp top end come out, which is one of my signatures. Bit of Fashion Fever again, you know, just for comparison to that concert I was talking about. That's a Stingray, okay? So that's, what's that we've had? We've had the, oh, what's coming up next? The Status Series 1000, right? And then after that, the last one's going to be my, will I do the Scarab or will I do the Falcon? I think I'll do the Scarab, okay? Last. And we'll see you in a bit. Bye. Hi again. Here's the Status Series 1000. It's dry. As you can hear, it's very, very hi-fi. There's a lot of hum in this bass because I need to rework the electronics, because the grounding, the earthing, is not good anymore. This bass I bought in 1988, and when I was in a band I used exclusively this bass to tour Scotland, which was fun, Anyway. Let's back off here. See how noisy it is? I'm going to have to sort it out. Okay, hot water, dry, no effects. So as you can see, the Status already sounds kingy, king. You know, it does, has that. Has that king sound about it. Anyway, we're going to put effects on it and see how it sounds. Effects. Mute mic. again, notice how everything just comes up that way. Of course, this is my favourite bass to play. The Chant Has Begun on, because the Chant Has Begun was played on the States, even although Mark played it on the JD in 1986 at Wembley. So awesome sound. Okay, last up is my Scarab bass, which is going into production very soon, and let's see what that sounds like. It won't have the bad earth that this has, I hope. See you in a minute. Hello, and of course, last on the menu is the Gaz bass Scarab, which is one of the lines of basses that I build, and dry. Sounds like a King bass, right? So, well, that's kind of intentional. I gave it a huge array of sounds. That sounds more like a King bass. Series, parallel, circuitry, everything in it. So let's try hot water, dry, through the Scarab. So, Scarab dry, let's try it with some effects on. The effect I showed you at the very start of the video. Ooh, spooky ooh. Okay, let's try hot water through the Scarab with the Digitech BB200 effects pedal. And let's see what we get. Sounds almost the same, doesn't it? Isn't that weird? It's because I tuned the preamp to sound like a King bass or like a Kubitzi X Factor. Kubitzi, I said, not Kubicki, right? That's the size of it. Now, let's gather all that data together and do a summary. Okay, so that we know what we've got and we can make a good decision based on what we got, based on one setting, remember. And I'm going to tell you how to set up your bass, whether you got one pickup, two pickup, whatever, okay, to get that sound. Okay, coming up next. Actually, about 20 years ago, I did an article on this on my gazbase.com website, which has been around for about 20 years. I've switched platforms now and again just to, mix it up. But on this website, I have an article about this. So why did I make all the videos? Well, it's much better for you to see things happening organically rather than just read about it. I've always believed that, and I was one of the first bass players to put videos up on YouTube when it came out in 2006 or so. Something like that. Anyway, so what do we learn? Well, Mark's sound is primarily bass and treble driven, right? Mid frequencies are cut. So in a graphic equalizer, let's see, I have to mirror this. You've got the bass, the shape of let's say a 12-band graphic EQ would be like this. Okay, so it's like the cut off to the mids to about 1 kilohertz, get that down below the 0 dB, and then rise up really gently. That's what happens. Now, on a bass guitar, of course, you've got, let's say you have 2 pickup bass guitar. The pickups are wired in series and you can't do anything about it, okay? And you've got 3 controls. You've got bass, you've got middle. Actually, you've got volume, bass, and treble, actually. So you have the volume and pickup select, maybe, even that. But let's say you have volume, bass, and treble, okay? You're going to put the bass up on your bass quite high, okay? And you're going to put your treble up quite high, okay? If you are lucky to have a bass, middle, treble on your bass, you cut the mid back, and keep going bap, 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 bap with the G string. Just pop the G and you'll know, right? When you get a beep, beep instead of a boom, boom, then you'll know you're getting close, okay? Now, when you slap the E, okay, bum, bum. If you get a boom, boom, too much bass, back off the bass a bit until it becomes clear, like a piano string being struck, bang, like that, okay? Right? Now, if it sounds like ah, with a lot of ah openness about it, turn back the middle frequencies until you get a boo, like a boo, the sound that it makes. There's no, it's like hollowing. This is me with my music. Like when I think of musical notes, I see pictures. So I'm a strange person. So I'd see images in my head and landscapes and stuff. But I think you'll probably understand when I say if you have too much middle, it sounds like a hollowed out apple. You want to fill in that apple. So if you turn back the mid slightly, turn the mid back, you'll feel it fill in. And you'll get boo. You'll get a nice low slap sound, but you'll still get the tone you need to make it sound punchy instead of muddy. So tweak that a bit, but remember, it's high treble, high bass, low mid, okay, in general. And then just keep tweaking that until you get what you like. And maybe you'll find your own sound out of it instead of copying Mark's sound. Depends on the bass you have. Like on a P bass, which has volume and like treble, and that's it. P bass, you know, just the volume, but the treble is very important. You can put the treble right up near about, if it's on the scale to 1 to 10, which you can't really tell, excuse me, on a bass, then it's about 8, okay? 10's a bit too bright. When you start playing through amplifiers and start playing in concerts and stuff, then you'll know that it's like, that's too bright, and you're going to clip the speakers and all that crap that goes with playing live. So, that's it. By the way, here's the article I wrote about, I think, 20 years ago. Maybe it was about 18 years ago, I don't know. But this is it here, gasbass.com. If you go to gasbass.com, click on articles, and then click on the getting the tone number one, the Mark King sound, you will see right there. I have a bunch of stuff that I recommend. There's probably dead links on here. It's so old. There's Just Strings though. I always use Just Strings. And there is the JD itself. The way that I actually configure it. Down here is a Crate BX100 amp head that I used to use. Oh my God, I sold that about 15 years ago. Anyway, so you'll get all the information you need from there. I'm going to subtitle that on the screen so you can see the link, okay? And have fun with it, you know. Some people have been posting garbage. I mean, look, that's the last comment I had was 2014. So really popular, huh? But anyway, it's right there. Everything is there actually. Okay? Just have a nice look at that and you'll get it. So I hope you enjoyed this exploration into bass and tones and stuff. And, it's been a long video, but I hope it's been very informative for you. I really thoroughly enjoyed making it, and hey, be back soon with some more luthiers there and the completion of the pea green falcon along with laser engraving. Okay? Take care. All the best, everyone. See you soon. Bye.